Bit of a muggy, sunny Sunday from Oklahoma City, where OU will look to advance to the championship series and its 14th World Series. James Madison at the World Series for the first time, and hey, the Dukes have never lost a World Series game. They're 2-0. Oklahoma is the road team for this game one today. Starting lineups brought to you by Capital One. The National Freshman and Player of the Year won two, Jennings and Otto. Jocelyn Otto broke the single-season Oklahoma home run record yesterday. Kinsey Hansen had a big day too, as did the aforementioned Mackenzie Donahue with 3 home runs in the span of 12 hours or so. Odyssey Alexander has thrown every inning at the World Series for James Madison, and to make it to the championship series, she might have to throw everyone today.
Yeah, she's been a pitcher who wants the ball in her hands. She's a super senior, came back for this season to step into that circle. Alexander
to Jennings. Away we go on semifinal Sunday with a called strike one. 12:07 local time. Cameron Ellison has the plate in game one. Tanya Garrick at first, Don Brown second. Scott Tomlinson at third. Our umpires in light blue. 0-2 for Tiare Jennings, the National Freshman of the Year, who can add to her historic season today. Now at 90 RBIs, she has tied Jenny Topping, Washington Huskies 2000, for the all-time freshman RBI record in Division I. One more and she will stand alone. Jennings, the RBI leader in the country. Her home run total of 26, second only to her teammate on deck in Jocelyn Otto. 23 doubles as well, 49 extra base hits in 55 games. 0-2, Alexander goes off speed and misses with ball one.
And when we talked to Patty Gasso earlier this season, she talked about Tiare Jennings and Jocelyn Otto and their relationship, and how Otto is just always in her ear. They're really connected, share information, work well together, as the rest of the Oklahoma team does as well.
Jennings blasts one to center field. She homered against Alexander on Thursday, and she does it again. What a start for OU. A leadoff home run for Jennings, who sits alone atop the freshman RBI leaderboard and sets the tone for Oklahoma.
Alexander got ahead of Jennings, but it's this pitch location on a 1-2 count. It's more over the middle of the plate, letters high. In order to get Oklahoma with her rise ball today, she's going to have to go higher than that, because that's the pitch that she got them out in game one and had a lot of success. But this Oklahoma team is going to be ready for it.
An extra base hit now for the 9th time in 10 games for Jennings. And a strike over to Otto. So 91 RBIs. She surpasses Jenny Topping, extends her hit streak to 13, brings Oklahoma within 5 home runs of the all-time record. And oh, by the way, gives the Sooners the lead in what is an elimination game for them. And it doesn't get any easier now, because this is the national home run leader, the National Player of the Year, Jocelyn Otto. 31 long balls. And a pop-up into foul ground. Lindsey Meeks will run out of room on strike 2.
Yeah, if you're trying to settle in for a long day, Kevin, and expecting to play 2 games today, you're feeling really good about a leadoff home run by Jennings.
And by the way, she's 3 home runs from the freshman home run record, which was set by the player standing in the box. So for Odyssey Alexander, once again, a chance to rebound from a Tiare Jennings home run. The only run she gave up Thursday came on a 3-run Jennings home run. And she pretty much settled in after that. 2-2. And Otto pops it up, out of play again.
Alexander, a pitcher who throws with good velocity. 70 miles an hour, that last pitch to Allo.
He's thrown all 14 innings here in the World Series for James Madison. In the postseason, has thrown 53 of 60 innings for JMU. 88% of their innings in the circle. A day off yesterday, and back at it today and battling with Jocelyn Otto early.
And Cameron, it's going to be that, not that she has to go away from her rise ball, but when she throws it to Oklahoma, she's going to have to bring it up and in on their hands. Of course, Allo hitting that home run number 31 to surpass Lauren Chamberlain. So much power, so many big seasons in her career.
For those home runs here in the postseason. Her first career triple yesterday. That is sizzled foul.
Somebody tried to catch that without a glove, and that is dedication.
Not for the faint of heart.
Yeah.
Great catches did we see yesterday, by the way.
All throughout the day.
Many of them with gloves.
Yes.
So a home run for Jennings, and now an 8-pitch battle with Otto. And that is a fly ball into right field. Logan Newton coming in, and she puts it away.
And what she did to Oklahoma was throw that rise ball consistently. She got several strikeouts on this pitch. She located it well. This was game one and what her rise ball looked like. But then in game two against Oklahoma State, she changed it up a little bit. She didn't go as much up in the zone. She went more to her off-speed pitch, and it worked well. So her ability to not have her best stuff in that game against Oklahoma State and win just shows how good that Odyssey Alexander is.
So what do you expect her to do today?
Everything. Rise, changeup, curve that she just got Allo out on. She can throw a little bit of everything, and she can give these hitters a few different looks.
Dealing with Kinsey Hansen, and Hansen pops one out of play. "59 strikeouts in the tournament for Alexander. With that out, now 53 1/3 innings. Struck out 19 in 10 innings against Liberty in the opener. Her 9 strikeouts against Oklahoma, the most that any pitcher's thrown against Oklahoma this year. Tied most for any team. 0-2 for Hansen.
And you go back to that game one against Oklahoma, where against these same hitters, she had 17 swing and misses in that game. Her ball was jumping, it was explosive, she was throwing with good velocity. I'm sure a day off really helped her yesterday too, to be able to rest some.
Hansen golfs an 0-2 pitch deep into center field. This will stay in the park and hang up for Sullivan. Three fly balls, 2 outs after the Jennings home run, and 2 down for Coleman. It was an exciting day for Jada Coleman yesterday. A couple of dashes around the base paths. .452 on base percentage in the postseason. .561 for the year for the fabulous freshman. And a first pitch swing and miss at that Odyssey rise ball.
Yeah, we talked about Mackenzie Donahue and her 3 home runs yesterday, but going back to that game against Georgia, the first couple of innings, Oklahoma's offense started out slow. Then all of a sudden, Coleman had that 2-out single. And then Donahue hit that home run, and it just really seemed to just change everything for Oklahoma.
Coleman, a ground ball back to Alexander, and a good recovery for Odyssey. Got the final 3. But the damage done by Tiare Jennings.
Winner go home for Oklahoma, the 1 seed, going up against the same pitcher who beat them a couple days ago. The National Freshman of the Year, Jennings, puts them on the board first.
A leadoff home run for Tiare Jennings puts the Sooners on the board first. Oklahoma needs 2 wins today to advance to the championship series. James Madison just 1. The Duke starting lineups presented by Capital One. It is the same starting lineup they've used for all 3 games here in the World Series. Kate Gordon with a couple of massive home runs, game-winning home runs to lead it off. Sarah Jubas, who had a 3-run homer against Oklahoma, to follow her. Odyssey Alexander, a two-way player, and Lindsay Meeks, who's hyped up the softball world, getting the start once again at third. And it is going to be Shannon Sale in the circle for Oklahoma. Second time in the World Series, and the second time against James Madison.
Shannon Sale threw a good game against James Madison, gave up just 3 hits, but 2 of those hits were home runs. And it's because she's a pitcher who likes to be more up in the zone. She'll work a rise ball and curve ball. Throws with good velocity, but also has good spin.
Kate Gordon. And Gordon, a first pitch swing, trying to catch Sale right off the top, and she'll fly out to Coleman in deep center. So Gordon, who had the game-winning home run in the 8th inning against Sale on Thursday, skies out. 1 pitch, 1 out for Shannon. Here's the other home run hitter from Thursday, Sarah Jubis. 3-run home run off of Sale, put the Dukes in front in the 3rd. And she swings at the first pitch too. It's 71 out of the right hand of Sale.
That's what we saw out of JMU on Thursday too. They were really aggressive. Back in the 1st inning, they just came out and they just weren't intimidated at all going up against the 1 national seed.
Lauren Laporte, not a head coach who is easily intimidated. 4th year, 3 straight seasons as the CAA Coach of the Year. Assistant for Mickey Dean. Radford to JMU, and when Mickey took over the Auburn Tigers, Lauren stayed here. A decision that has proved to be a wise one. Altered the course of this program, which is in the World Series for the first time, and has gone 2-0, taking out #1 Oklahoma Thursday, 4-3 in 8 innings, and taking out #5 Oklahoma State 3-2 on Friday. Odyssey Alexander waiting on deck. Jubis into right field, and Nicole Mendez. Couple of easy flyouts to start for Shannon Sale.
Yeah, and she'll get quite a few flyouts because of the way that she likes to live up in the zone with her rise ball. There's that spin that I was mentioning before. She spins it very well. Be able to locate that pitch on both sides of the plate. And not only can she expand the zone, but she can throw that rise ball through the zone. Also mix in a backdoor curve and a regular curve.
Got 10 flyouts on Thursday, Sale. Only 3 hits allowed, but 2 were home runs. And now Odyssey Alexander. Two-way player Alexander, very good hitter. The redshirt senior from Boydton, Virginia. Grew up in Palmer Springs. Grandparents WD, aka Washington and Emily. And this young woman and her story from a small town in Virginia, throwing the ball against a well in her grandparents' backyard, throwing up rocks and hitting them with a stick, under-recruited. To get here, it has captured not just the softball world, but the sports world. Alexander with a ground ball single. Coleman cuts it off in the gap, and Odyssey Alexander is aboard with 2 down in the 1st.
They're pretty quiet at the plate, loud in the circle, kind of quiet at the plate up to this point. Gets an 0-2 pitch, steps across, and is able to shoot it past Jennings. She hit that really hard. Saw it well.
Our Andrea Adelson on ESPN.com. Great piece you should all check out yesterday on Odyssey. A lot of family members are here. Grandparents could not travel from Virginia, but extended family is here, and she has gained an extended softball family. Seems like everybody in the sports world has been following Odyssey Alexander and what she's done. Says Logan Newton to take ball 1.
You know, I think it's the most impressive that they won that first game against Oklahoma on Thursday and then had to play again on Friday, and they didn't get too high. You could have easily just gotten so hyped up that you came into the World Series, got your first program Women's College World Series win, and you beat the 1 seed. And well, you know, you're used to seeing teams maybe tank the next game or have a little bit of a letdown because it's emotional. Everything here is just intense and emotional on a different level, and it's why having experience here really helps most of these teams. But JMU doesn't have that experience, but they're still able to come in and play their game.
And another good at-bat for Newton. Had a 10-pitch at-bat in the first inning against Sale on Thursday, then went 2 for 3 against Oklahoma State on Friday. Started every game in right field for the Dukes. Career .470 on base. And on a 3-1, she fouls it off, 3-2. Small but vocal contingent has made the trip from Harrisonburg in purple and gold. And JMU certainly picked up a whole lot of fans along the way. Alexander on the move on 3-2, and Newton takes ball 4. Another good at-bat for Logan Newton, her 25th walk of the year, and the Dukes have a 2-out rally in the works.
I was just about to say, Kevin, I've been so impressed with Logan Newton and her at-bats. Being able to square up the ball here.
Now 9 for 25, 3 walks in the postseason. Newton actually came here as a two-way player, but has become an outfielder only. Madison Nayokis, number 5 hitter, takes strike 1. On the ground to Grace Lyons at short. Lyons' throw is there. And to hurry it after the runner Alexander cut in front. We'll see Odyssey back in the circle when we return to the second. One 0 Oklahoma after an inning. We've all become such fans of Odyssey Alexander, who has some extended family here at the game today, and a special message from some folks back home.
We love you.
We love you,
We love you, CC, and congratulations to you and the Dukes. And we are so proud of you all. Go! Come on. Go Dukes!
Go Dukes!
Those are Odyssey's grandparents, her grandfather Pops, and her uncle. Pretty special moment, Jalen.
Very special. The relationship between Odyssey and her grandparents is one that literally brings tears to her eyes every time she talks about them. Her grandfather was the one who fostered her love for softball when she was growing up. He made her a pitching wall in the backyard next to the house that she could practice her throws. And when I asked her about the relationship, I said, what makes this so special? What makes you guys so connected? And she said, I just thank God so much for being blessed with people in my life who support my dreams, even from so far away because they couldn't make the trip.
She has talked about her Pops every day here at the World Series, Jalen. Here's a line drive from Lyons, and there's an Oklahoma base hit starting the second inning. Said she thinks about sometimes in the circle, what would Pops want me to throw here? Saw this tweet a couple of nights ago. My day one. Love you, Pops.
Just such a special relationship, and we've gotten to see a little bit of that relationship, but of course she has all the incredible memories of just growing up with him and having softball be a part of their life and a big part of their connection.
Her extended family in Dallas, Kansas City come in their place because WD and Emily could not travel from Virginia. Great uncles Cliff and Robert are here. 7 other family members. And what a show they've been able to see. Ball 1 to Mackenzie Donahue as the JMU faithful, including some Alexanders, watch on. Only about 100 fans allowed at most James Madison home games this year, so this is a pretty special opportunity for them in the national spotlight. Donahue, the home run star from yesterday. 3 home runs in 2 games for Mackenzie. 3 of her 9 on the season. Stands at just 5'3". She is, as Patty Gasso loves to say, her mighty might in the lineup of Giants. But she swung it bigger than anybody on Elimination Saturday. Here's a throw to second base, and it is not in time. Lyons with a steal. 8 for 8 now for Grace Lyons, stolen bases on the season.
It's a luxury for Oklahoma that they don't have to sacrifice Bunt Donahue like they showed earlier in this count. They can just go ahead and steal her and not waste an out.
Thinking it might be a while before Mackenzie Donahue's asked to sacrifice bunt again after what she did yesterday.
I know, she squared around. I was like, a lot of respect for JMU. I'm trying to push across a few more runs with your hitter that hit 3 home runs yesterday squaring around.
He's played in every game, but only started 27 of 56, 536 on base percentage. A 3-1 count. And Donahue drives it foul.
I don't think she's going to see all too many rise balls, at least over the heart of the plate. Maybe up and in, well on her hands. But these are all 3 of her home runs. One off of Avant, one off of Garcia, and then one off of Acevedo. So 3 different pitchers trying to work her up and in on her hands. Didn't get it in enough, and she got her barrel to it. All of them up in the zone. Take a look at that great work by her crew. That's incredible that they continue to throw her there, and she continued to hit it out.
Well, she got a rise ball here that was even too far for her to hit. Ball 4, and 2 on, nobody out for the Sooners. Now the number 7 hitter, Nicole Mendez.
Number 11, Nicole Mendez.
Her 19th start in the World Series. 50-year senior from Houston, Texas. Corners are in case she bunts, and she will not.
You know, just looking at the big picture of today, Kevin, you feel like JMU, even though they're undefeated, it feels like this is a must-win for them. If you are JMU, you don't want to play that second game. You want to win with Odyssey Alexander, 1 day's rest, fresh, and be able to get them here because their other pitcher, Alyssa Humphrey, she's a great pitcher.
That is foul. Jubas, an all-out dive, and it's off her glove. What an effort.
Incredible effort by Sarah Jubas. It was right there, almost snow cone in her glove. I mean, she traveled so far to get to this all-out effort, understanding that in a game like today, every out is critical to get.
Any out that you can steal or feel like you stole from this Oklahoma lineup, too. There's an off-speed strike to Mendez. To your point earlier, though, I mean, we've not seen Humphrey. She's a very good pitcher, but if Oklahoma is able to jump ahead early, could be an interesting decision for Lauren Laporte. Do you pull Alexander knowing there's likely going to be another game, or do you ride with her the whole way knowing that there still might be another game? What do you put on her arm? She gets Mendez here. Only the second swing and miss induced. A throw back behind lines at second. She is safe. But 1 out here in the second on the strikeout of Mendez.
It's a good-looking screwball by Odyssey Alexander. Remember, she had 9 strikeouts against Oklahoma the first time that she faced him. Not only does it screw away from Mendez, it moves up in the zone a bit, and she's late.
First strikeout for Odyssey. Here is Janet Johns, third baseman. Johns 4 for 18 in the postseason. Does have a home run. Also a walk, hit by a couple of pitches. Been hit by 17 pitches this year, so her on base percentage is very high. That one gets away, and the runners are going to advance. Lions to third, Donahue to second. A wild pitch from Alexander.
Have to try to be careful with that off-speed pitch. She doesn't want to leave it hanging up in the zone, so she is trying to keep it lower. It bounces to Burnett, who just can't keep it in front. Bounces off of the umpire's foot, it looked like. Didn't get behind her.
Cameron Ellison unintentionally stopping any further damage there with the left foot. Johns, as pretty much everybody in this lineup is, very good this year with runners in scoring position, about 45 points higher than a regular average. And a fly ball here into center. Sullivan makes the play. Michelle Sullivan with a diving catch, possibly to save a second run. Lions is home though on the sacrifice fly from Johns. It's 2-0 Oklahoma.
It's a beautiful swing by Janet John. She was able to square it up. It's a pitch that is more down in the zone, and she uses her legs to get her barrel down to it. That is one of the best swings I've seen out of Janet Johns this week. And then Michelle Sullivan with the hustle, the effort to be able to rob a hit and just limit the damage to 1 run. It's a big catch.
A junior center fielder. Started every game there this year. Donahue stayed at second, and Taylon Snow will bat. Remember yesterday in the UCLA game, Snow went diving headfirst into third base, came out of the game, it seemed, for good, into the dugout. Holly Rowe was reporting, was hearing talk of maybe dislocated finger, and then the next thing you know, Snow popped right back in, came into the game at third, and was out there the rest of the way. Back in the lineup today. Now Burnett's gonna go ahead and run out. Donahue not being covered up at second, so she just took a big lead, trying to mess with the defense. There's the tape on those fingers on the right hand. So whatever the injury is, Taylon Snow determined to gut it out in her senior season. Snow to third base, and Meeks is there. A run in the first for Oklahoma, 1 more in the second. And Meeks will lead it off for James Madison when we return. From the hype leader of JMU. Oh, Lindsay Meeks.
Welcome back, Lindsay Meeks. She has been a busy bee on the field and off. She is actually in PT school right now at Ohio University. She's taking 17 credit hours right now. She's in class from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Mondays, and so she's been driving in between regionals, super regionals. Hasn't had to go back since she's been here, but her classmates are back in Ohio watching her and cheering her on, so she's doing work on and off the field, you guys.
That is an insane schedule, Jalen, in the midst of a postseason that has been historic for JMU. Lindsay Meeks has made time for PT school. Shortest player in the World Series. Redshirt junior, first-year starter. One of the great spark plugs we've seen on this field in a long time. And we asked her about her life and what compels her to bring this much passion for softball. Said, it's been the center of my life for so long. I don't have any memories of not playing softball. So it was a no-brainer for her to travel back and forth.
You know, it can be tough being the new kid, you know, at a new school. But I feel like Lindsay Meeks is earning major credit and points with the teachers and people in her class doing what she's doing here.
I hope they're watching.
I think they are.
2-2 for Meeks. I'm just saying to the good folks in Athens, if maybe her assignments aren't A+ level right out of the chute, and they still might be, we can all cut her a little bit of slack. Trying to hoist her team to the championship series. James Madison just needs 1 win to get there. Shannon Sale and Oklahoma need 2. They would play again if Oklahoma wins. Meeks elevates one to right, and that will fall. A base hit in between Mendez and Jennings. Lindsay Meeks with her 7th hit of the NCAA tournament. And show off the guns, Lindsay.
Yeah, the reason she said she gets so hype is that's how I show my love to my team. When she's up to bat, she's serious, very focused on her AB, and then when she gets to whatever base she's going to end up on, she's like, that's when I am able to show emotion to my team.
Here's Hallie Hall, and a flare will fall foul. I think we've shown this Lindsay Meeks tweet every James Madison game, and we're going to continue to show it every single one because it's such an inspiring story. Told she was too short to play Division I ball at the World Series at 4'11".
some big-time softball fans, too, liking that tweet, sending her messages, said that she was inspired by Alabama's Kelly Montalvo, who played third base for them. Also a smaller statured player.
It's funny, we asked her, who's the craziest person, most notable person to reach out, thinking like it would be some actor or musician or something. All she named were softball players. This is a girl who's got nothing but softball on the brain right now, at least when she's not in PT school. Hall on 0-2 with a pop-up. Mendez will call off Jennings for the first out. Coming up next, Alabama, Florida State. It's semifinal Sunday, though it's not just necessarily win and you're in. Florida State will need to win 2, as will Oklahoma. Alabama, James Madison, 1 win away. Lauren Burnett with a flare as well. This one will land fair in right field, and Meeks is able to get to second after a late break. Almost an identical swing from the first pitch to Hall, except Burnett's was better placed.
Yeah, a couple hits now on that side that have just fallen in. Meeks too, and Lindsay Meeks gets a lead, and she turns her body to be able to find it. It just barely finds a hole down the line, but she just wasn't off far enough. Kevin, you saw me. I was like, get off a little bit, get off. I'm just able to beat that throw, but I didn't think that she was off first base enough. Almost could have gotten out.
You were trying to Carlton Fisk her over to second. Jen Roach is going to go to the circle. Now Patty Gasso will call her defense over. The Women's College World Series Championship Finals begin, if you can believe it, tomorrow night. It's almost here. 7 Eastern, 6 Central, right here on ESPN. You can still get here and get tickets. Go to ncaa.com/WCWS, the official online home for all 90 NCAA championships. There are still a couple of seats. A lot of crimson and cream in the house. A lot of Sooners fans making Hall of Fame Stadium feel like their home field, as they often do, with Oklahoma in pursuit of a 5th national championship. So Shannon Sale in a little bit of trouble here in the second. Going to face the number 9 hitter, Michelle Sullivan. Kate Gordon after that. Woo. Second-year starter Sullivan, 3 for 17, couple of walks in the tournament. And a line drive off the glove of the first baseman, Snow, and that will be recorded at second. Burnett stumbled. No way she was going to get to second base anyway. Meeks moves to third. Sullivan is on at first.
Yeah, the runner at first base there, Burnett, just as soon as she sees line drive, she's like, I've got to get back to the bag. She thought that Snow caught it. Thought that she was going to be able to grab it, didn't see it down, and by the time that she's trying to get back, that's when the ball fell down. But either way, they were going to be able to get an out somewhere on this play, because even if she saw it right there in front of her, I've been able to get the force out at 2. Good Oklahoma play to be able to get an out there.
A fielder's choice unusually scored 3, 4, 6. Here's Gordon, who takes one low.
It's a hard hit ball though by Sullivan, the night hall.
2 hits in the inning for JMU. They're swinging it well against Sale, and they've got their best hitter at the plate. Homered against Sale in the 8th inning on Thursday. That ball is high, and it kicked right back to Hansen, so neither runner advances. Did she swing was the question, and apparently not, according to Tanya Garrig at first. Patty Gasso wants an explanation on this check swing.
And she had said, is that not a foul ball? Oh, look at the 2 third basemen talking to each other there. That's nice. Yeah,
definitely
not. Jinx.
Keep doing that. You don't think she swung either, do you?
No. But it is interesting. I don't know if it was a mixed up pitch call there. It was Hansen and Saylor talking to each other, how much she missed that rise ball.
Umpires got together to talk it over. Still going to be 2-0. That is the right call. Oklahoma crowd was chanting foul ball, but they'll see a replay after the game and figure it out. So 2-0 to Gordon, and this time she could not hold up. Would have been ball 3. Instead, Sale back in the count. Here's Gordon's NCAA tournament. 4 hits only. 3 have left the yard. Back-to-back games with a home run for Kate. And a swing through on strike 2. .364 hitter overall, nearly 500 with runners in scoring position. On a 2-2, she will stay alive.
Be big if JMU could just at least get 1 run here and answer back, as Oklahoma has scored in the first 2 frames.
If you're Gordon, you still looking rise ball here?
Yeah, I think maybe she might go a little off speed here. There it is.
Good call by you. Good take by Kate. 3-2.
Good take by Kate. Yeah. With 2 strikes, it's just easy to get into that swing mentality. Good take by her.
Meeks at third. Sullivan will be off from first. A full count pitch with 2 down. And Gordon elevates it out of play. Would have been ball 4. But she attacked the rise ball nonetheless.
She knows it too. She knows she swung at a couple of pitches that have been out of the zone. That have been rise balls at her eyes.
Eighth pitch coming. A pivotal moment here in the 2nd inning. James Madison trying to strike against Sale, who wants to talk it over.
It's a hitter that has most home runs in the lineup. You want to be on the same page here. 20 home runs for Gordon this season.
Popped her up behind the plate. Hansen to the net, drifting back. She's got it. She almost crashed into Johns. Great play by Kinsey Hansen. Concentration station behind the plate. And the Duke strand 2.
I thought we were going to have a chance to catch this one, Kevin, but it ends up back on the field. It was up in the air forever. About 3 different players could have caught it, but Oklahoma's pumped they got the out.
Welcome back to the NCAA Women's College World Series, presented by Capital One. A 2-0 lead for Oklahoma. Their head coach is with Jalen.
Coach Gasso, you guys played yesterday. Late start and finished well after 11. Do you think that late ending is affecting how you guys prep for today?
Definitely the way we prepped. I think Florida State can tell you the same thing. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to be ready, but you have no choice. So you got to take what short time you have, try to turn it around. Can be no excuses here, but I'm sure we could do it a better way.
You guys are getting the bats going a lot faster and a lot stronger than you did against Odyssey the other day. What's the difference in the adjustments that you've made?
I think a couple games under our belt really helped us get comfortable with the crowd and the big lights and the big environment for a lot of these guys that haven't been here before. I think facing Garcia helped us to prepare for the kind of speed, but there's a lot of game left here.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Here's how they got the bats going right off the game.
Yeah, Tiare Jennings got one of those rise balls that they saw in game 1, made the adjustment, Looked like Oklahoma was going to show up really big with their bats. How impressive has Jennings been this season? Easily could have been National Player of the Year, too.
Well, the first 2 innings against Odyssey Alexander on Thursday, Sooners did nothing. Today they've scored in every inning, and Jennings will lead off in the 3rd. Tiara Jennings now 15 for 27 in the NCAA tournament. 9 doubles, 2 homers among those 15 hits, and 7 walks.
You can tell too, look at Odyssey just getting ahead right away. Just hit a home run off of her, hit a home run against her in game 1, 2, and still throws that first pitch strike and works from ahead.
8 out of 10 to start. And she gets Jennings to fish.
That is such a good location for that pitch. Hard in, and then she moves this changeup down and away. That is the best changeup that Odyssey has thrown for this entire Women's College World Series. It didn't bounce in, and it didn't stay flat. That had the most movement out of that pitch yet, and it's exactly what she needs to continue doing.
Her second strikeout today. And she misses with ball 1 to Alo. Jocelyn had her first career triple yesterday after Oklahoma had fallen behind 3-0 to UCLA in the 3rd. Hit a ball to the gap in right center off the glove of Bubba Nichols. Brought in the first run. She'd then score on a Kinsey Hansen single, and it was more or less off to the races from there for OU. Got 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, 5 in the 6th. It was a great start for Rachel Garcia in that game. 2 scoreless, then a 3-run home run, but the Sooners got 2. The 2-time National Player of the Year, led by this year's National Player of the Year, who's homered in more games than she has not. Out of all the Jocelyn Alo numbers, and there are enough to fill an entire block of programming, that may be the one. 29 games with a home run, 26 without. Her biggest fan, Lauren Chamberlain. And ball 4 to Alo. Her 37th walk of the year.
You know, it's not a bad thing. They walked her twice on Thursday, too. Just try to pitch around her, see if she would get out of her zone, and she didn't. But they beat Oklahoma with walking her twice, as Aaron Miller just is diving in on that popcorn.
Just munch away, E. Miller. Our colleague who has taken up her alma mater's cause today. Oh, that's very nice of you, Aaron. It's quite generous, Aaron Miller.
It's a big enough bag to share with
Aaron,
everybody.
toss some up here. We're hungry.
Kettle corn, that's the name of it. I didn't think of it.
Are you a kettle corn or a popcorn kind of guy?
Oh, kettle corn.
Really?
Like Aaron Miller might need to bring some of that up here.
Let's text her. She was working radio earlier, so she's probably got a press pass somewhere around here. 2-0 for Hansen.
I think each fan could take 1 kernel of popcorn. There'd still be like 3/4 of a bag left.
So what's capacity, about 12,500 here? You think there are roughly 12,600 pieces of popcorn? Oh, Aaron's getting text now. Aaron, you got to bring the kettle corn to the booth. Look what they're saying. They're saying I got to bring the kettle corn to the booth.
Oh man, it's hilarious. She 9's in on it now.
Hansen with a drive to right field at the wall. Newton will put it away. Oh, so close for Kinsey Hansen. Nearly her 23rd home run of the year. Instead, allowed out.
Trying to go with that rise ball again. It just wasn't in enough. Kinsey Hansen has hit a couple of balls hard in this game, but what, about 5 feet too short? Like, I just hit my other one really far and hard too. Like, to buy a hit or what?
Couple of home runs in this postseason. Number 3 will have to wait. Here's Jada Coleman. There is a strike. Ground out back to Alexander from Jada in the first. National Gatorade Player of the Year 2020. Seen as the likely #1 prospect in last year's recruiting class. You know, Jada Coleman, who is a freshman, actually went on an Oklahoma trip 5 years ago on a recruiting trip. She was 12, 13, obviously a lot of interest from a young age. And her co-host, or her host on that recruiting trip, is currently munching away on kettle corn, our own Aaron Miller. Coleman out to the second baseman, Nyokas. The magic of the kettle corn doesn't work in the third for OU. A scoreless top of the inning for Odyssey Alexander. Off the bat of Gordon, at the wall, it is gone! And she got her! And the dance continues!
And a perfect present for Montana Fouts in Alabama!
Onto the back of the bleachers, there's the Oklahoma record. It's gone! Danny Morgan is not done yet!
2:20 a.m. local time. Elimination Saturday finally ends early Sunday morning.
Long night for Florida State, which won twice yesterday, beating Arizona and Oklahoma State. They'll face Alabama today. First game for the Tide after Montana Fouts perfecto on her birthday. James Madison making history, and Oklahoma in a rematch of the 2019 Champ Series, eliminating the defending champs. Can you remember the first 3 days of the World Series better than this one, Amanda?
No, it has been my favorite one. And the fact that on her 21st birthday, 21 up, 21 down, in the year 2021, it had been 21 years. I mean, we need to start Googling, like, what does the number 21 mean? Like, what, like, there's somebody's trying to tell us?
Gonna have to change Montana's jersey number for today.
She might, yeah.
Ball to strike to Sarah Jubis. It is 2-3-4 for JMU. By the way, you heard on that package we just ran that the Florida State-Oklahoma State game ended at around 2:20, 2:18 a.m. Central Time when that game ended this morning. And a lot of our crew members have worked or had worked an entire day from the first game all the way to this one. About a 17-hour shift. Our camera operators, our ENG folks in audio, our statistician Karen Johns, who's done a great job next to us in the booth. We've been the lucky ones because we got to go home, watch, and then sleep a little bit. We're the exception. There have been so many people on this crew working so hard who are here today on so little sleep, driven by their joy for this event. And we want to seriously thank all of you who have made this possible. We have the best crew in the world here this week, and that has never been more clear than yesterday.
It's our softball family, right? Softball family reunion. And God, you just summed it up so well. I always just feel like, yeah, good job, Kevin. But I echo everything that you said. Incredible crew that we have. So much hard work going on. It's just, oh, it's so awesome to see.
If you want some softball family reunion t-shirts, I'm sure Meg Aronowitz will be selling that out of her personal website soon.
No, I think they're out of her trunk.
megaronowitz.squarespace.com. That ball was nicked. Foul by Juba, still 2-2. Hey, tonight, Sunday Night Baseball, the Red Sox going for a sweep in the Bronx after a 4-run 8th inning yesterday. They've won the first 2 against the reeling Yankees. 7 Eastern, 6 Central tonight. Coverage an hour earlier. Baseball tonight, Sunday Night Countdown kicks it all off. Never too early for a rally visor or rally sunglasses for JMU. Jubis grounds one off her foot. It was the third inning on Thursday when Sarah Jubis homered against Shannon Sale. 3-run home run gave James Madison the lead. Oklahoma would tie it on a Tiare Jennings home run in the bottom of the third, and then Kate Gordon won it with a home run in the 8th. On the 8th pitch, a pop-up from Jubis. Taylon Snow in foul territory. He puts it away.
It's good bat by Jubis. Saw a lot of pitches. Shannon Sale, though, just been able to get out after out.
Now batting the pitcher, number 3.
Now Odyssey Alexander with a single her first time. No strikeouts yet for Sale, but 2 1/3 scoreless in a circle. Eighth hit of the tournament for Alexander, a ground ball single in the first. Very good hitter. And a low strike called.
Shannon Sale talked to us about not having softball for a year and how she looked back at that shortened season and she just wasn't really happy with how she performed. Wanted to get her mindset better over break to be able to perform more for her team. Ended up actually playing in the Florida Gulf Coast League too.
This is down the right field line. Mendez has got it. 2 down.
Which was an awesome summer league to be able to put in some and work and playing time that a lot of these players used over the summer to get better, including her.
Hey Amanda, something's just been brought up to the booth for us. Do you realize that?
That's why I was stumbling on my words. I got really excited about the kettle corn. I'm not even gonna lie.
I'm going to assume that Erin paid for this out of her pocket.
Thank you very. Oh, you're so sweet. We made it.
The best World Series just got better, folks. Kettle corn, cheers.
Yes.
Cheers.
Thanks, Tommy.
And she's still munching away.
I need Erin to see it up here.
Looks like they haven't made a dent in that bag yet.
Oh man. You know what'd be really annoying is to eat this in the mic. But in all honesty, that's why I couldn't finish my story on the FGCL. I got too excited about the kettle corn.
What were you saying? I'm sorry. You say something about eating on the mic? Want to do play-by-play for a pitch?
Pass.
All right, 1-1. And a strike to Logan Newton. The breaks are long. We'll be fine.
I think this might last an entire year with the amount that's in here.
We'll come back for the 22 World Series. It'll be this kettle corn and the Dunkin' Donuts sitting next to each other. 1-2 from Sale. Ball. And Newton was tied up. Sale thought she had strike 3. She did not.
Yeah, she's been going to this off-speed pitch a lot more in this game, seeing as how it's the second time that she's been able to face JMU. I don't know where it missed. Maybe a little. I don't know. Feel like a strike to me.
And a ground ball off the glove of a diving Johns, and Newton will reach base. So that 1-2 ball call looms possibly large as Newton reaches with a single.
Good 2-strike approach by Logan Newton. She just continues to have quality at bat after quality at bat. Gets another chance on a pitch that is up in the zone, comes out of her legs to get her barrel to it. And Janet Johns made a good effort, bounced right to Lyons, but throw was late.
Single and a walk for Newton today. Now Nyokas searching for her 4th hit of the NCAA tournament. Just 3 for 25 for Nyokas. Oh, she's been excellent defensively. CAA Defensive Player of the Year. Only 2 errors this season.
It's been a long game. I mean, we're just in the bottom of the 3rd inning. We're over an hour into the game.
Ball.
Second game today scheduled for 3:30 Eastern, 2:30 local, Alabama, Florida State. If this one does run a little bit long, it will be 30 minutes after. Whatever the case, it will be right here on ESPN. Tide need one win to advance to the Champ Series. Two teams that have each won a national championship in the past decade. Alabama 2012, Florida State in 2018.
Won the first one for the respective conferences, too.
Yep. Oklahoma 4 wins for the Big 12. James Madison here for the first time. That is a fair ball past the bag at third from Nyokas. And the ball gets out of play. It'll be a ground rule double.
It's a little bit of luck there for Oklahoma because it looked like Lauren Laporte was going to be sending Logan Newton all the way, but somehow that ball slipped through the gate. And now the fan has a ball that should have been in play. Most likely would have had to play at the plate.
There's just the tiniest sliver out there, Amanda.
Looked like it got right underneath.
Ooh.
Yeah. That hit just hugged down the line.
Let's bring in our rules expert, Christy Cornwell. Christy, what do you see here?
Hey, thanks, Kevin. What we have here is a block ball. The ball went out of play, and that's going to be a ground rule double. So good job by the crew getting that right.
And even though, Christy, it looked like Newton was going to be waved home, no way that the umpiring crew could permit her to score on that?
You know, that's totally going to be a judgment call, and they're going to place runners where they see fit based on their judgment on the field. So that's what we have.
Okay, so but normally, is that something that the umpires would do? Normally, if it's not obvious, would they keep her at third?
It's just going to depend on the game situation, and the rule says they're going to award bases in their judgment that they would have received. So that's just a judgment call.
All right, so we can't see where the ball is here, but you saw Lauren Laporte, and it's too late at that point, as Newton will be placed back at third. Christy, as always, good to have you. Thank you for your expertise.
Hey, thank you.
Three-time World Series umpire Christy Cornwell. It's been an awesome addition to our coverage this year. So second and third for Meeks. And Lindsay takes ball one. So each team maybe has caught a break here. 1-2 pitch looked like a strike to Newton, wasn't called. She singles. And then the double from Nyokas. Newton only able to make it to third in the umpire's judgment. A base hit could tie the game for Lindsay Meeks. Nyokas is maybe the fastest player on this James Madison roster, out at second. 2-1.
JMU continues to get hits, get runners on, and threaten against Sale.
They've had 2 runners on in all 3 innings. 0 for 3 in the game, runners in scoring position. 2 for 15 in the World Series.
Ball.
And it's ball 3 to Meeks.
That's that off-speed pitch again, the same one that she threw to Logan Newton, a different location. Newton was a lefty, Meeks is a righty, but the same pitch she's going to, trying to find the strike zone. Looked like that one to me was a little bit low, but you have the tendency to think it might be a called strike because the other one was called a ball.
On the 3-1, Meeks is swinging away. She pops it up, and it will be Snow stepping in front of Jennings. James Madison strands 2 for the 3rd straight inning. We'll hear from their head coach on the other side.
Welcome back to the Women's College World Series presented by Capital One. I'm here with JMU Coach Report. Coach, we knew those big bats from Oklahoma would come alive. How do you like how your team is responding?
You know, I think we're still making really good defensive plays behind her. You know, I'm happy with our offense and what we're doing. We're getting runners on base almost every single time. We just got to get that timely hit.
What is it going to take for you guys to get that timely hit? What adjustments do you want to see your hitters make?
Yeah, I think we need to go backside a little bit more, go with the pitch. You know, she's staying on the outer half, so I think we got to go with it and hit more line drives so we can move runners.
Do you think that day off yesterday was beneficial, or maybe got your girls a little tired, or what do you think about
Definitely
that day
beneficial, just for the body's sake. You know, it is hard sitting around, but we tried to do some stuff. We hit a little bit, but yeah, the day off was beneficial for sure.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Been great to have Lauren Laporte and James Madison with us at the World Series. Look at all the love they've gotten on Twitter. Ralph Northam, governor of Virginia. Ron Rivera, WFT-HC. T.O. sent us a video message the other day. T.O.'s been tweeting his way through the College World Series. He's been saying from the start, I'm Team Bama. So if it's JMU Bama, I got to go Bama. And with one JMU win and one Alabama win, we will have the all-TO championship series. Get your kettle corn ready. Grace Lyons against Odyssey in the 4th. And Alexander's first pitch is high. 5-6-7 for the Sooners.
Yeah, and JMU was trending on Twitter. The WCWS was trending on Twitter as well. Kate Gordon was trending.
You seen this much love for softball on Twitter that you can remember? You got a big social media presence.
I feel like it's definitely more this year than ever before. I think everybody missed it last year. Just it had been over 700 days since we had been on this field.
A lot of pent-up energy.
Yeah. The crowds have been fantastic. The games have been so good. There's been so much emotion. And then there have been a lot of big-name players, too, that you followed for 4 or 5 years who were playing their last games.
Two for Grace Lyons. At least another year in her Oklahoma career. Junior from Peoria, Grace Lyons. Arizona native. And she takes a called 3rd strike.
You know, the temps are heating up, but so is that off-speed pitch for Odyssey Alexander. We know that she can throw up in the zone with her rise ball. Even her screwball will move up just a little bit, but it's this pitch right here. Her off-speed pitch, her what she calls a changeup, where it starts at the knees and dives down 57 miles an hour coming off of a 70-mile-an-hour pitch. And the strikeout to Lyons was that same pitch. It's looking good.
Number 200 on the season. And she's done that in just 135 1/3 innings. This is ridiculous. She's thrown now almost 90% of the pitches for JMU in this NCAA tournament. A one-woman show.
I think that's such a big reason for why, if you're JMU, this is a must-win game. I mean, could she throw again? Yeah, we're not saying that she couldn't, but will she be the exact same as what she was early in this game? You don't know. It's a lot of innings.
A strike over to Donahue, 1-2. Walk for Donahue her first time after the 3 home runs yesterday. Go-ahead home run in the 2nd against Georgia. And then 2 more against UCLA. Holly Rowe asked Mackenzie after the game if she was good with the Donahue moniker that was blown up on Twitter. And Mackenzie said that her nickname, her mom's nickname for her is just Kenzie Lou. So Donahue or Kenzie Lou, whatever you want to call her, she has been mashing.
I think Donahue is Donahue, according to Donahue. But it was clever.
It had a real moment. Whatever you want to be called if you hit 3 home runs. 3-2 to Kenzie Lou. And a ground ball base hit. 8 for 15 now in the NCAA tournament. Her sister loves it. Donahue continues to be red hot.
She has such good bat speed to be able to get pitches up and in on her hands, and it's the same location pretty much as those 3 home runs. Pitchers continuing to try to throw her up and in, and she's like, nope, try somewhere else.
Now Nicole Mendez. Ball. Donahue takes a big lead. Burnett will look her over on ball 1. What a career it's been for Nicole Mendez. 205th start. Has faced a couple of really significant injuries, torn ACL among them.
Yeah, and she's also on Team Mexico, so she has quite a whirlwind coming up the day after season end. She has to fly to Mexico City to do a drug test. She'll come back, have 10 days off, then she will pack up everything that she has in Norman and put in a storage unit. And then she will join Team Mexico in Florida, train in Florida for a month, then go back to Mexico City for a week, and then go to Japan and play pro teams in Japan until the Olympics.
Mendes sears one into center. Sullivan can't make the play, and it goes to the wall. Donahue to third. Mendes hot on her trail. Donahue scores. Mendes will hold at third. An RBI triple for the Olympian-to-be.
We're seeing Michelle Sullivan make good grabs in center field, and I thought that this was going to be another one. Sullivan starts pretty deep in center field, and she has a long way to travel for a ball that just hit right at her. And once it gets past her, it goes to the deepest part of the field where the left and right fielder, Newton and Gordon, have to come a long way. And Donahue, as she knows she's going to score, as soon as it gets past Sullivan, she got a good jump. There was a small hesitation. And Naoka is just unsure of where she wanted to throw the ball when she got it on the cut.
Third triple of the year for Mendes. Oklahoma's second in as many games after the big one from Alo last night. Ball one to Janet Johns, and another good grab by Burnett.
This is why those missed opportunities for JMU on offense feels so big, because Oklahoma is not going to let up on offense. They're not going to continue to have quality at bats, big swings, and JMU has gotten a lot of runners on, but unable to push any across.
And you think about Shannon Sales' year, he's got a whip of just under 1, walks and hits per innings pitch. You throw in hit batters, it's a little above 1, but you don't get that many base runners against her. You have 6 in 3 innings. That's a lot, and often in a game like this, Sale is going to settle down if you miss those opportunities and make adjustments to you.
You give a pitcher momentum, and they're talking to G. Juarez, who threw lights out yesterday in her start and her relief performance.
Already the 69th pitch for Alexander. Ball. And it is inside. We're just 95 in 7 innings against Oklahoma State on Friday. Had the day off yesterday, but you do wonder how she is physically. Not that she looks bad, just this is a lot to take. Thrown every inning on this field. Sticky day. Remember that diving play in the 7th inning 2 nights ago? Gutting it out against the #1 offense of the country. Johns pops up a 3-2 right to Burnett. And Mendes will have to stay at third as Johns cannot score her with less than 2 outs.
Such a good pitch by Odyssey Alexander to be able to jam up Jana Johns. A screwball in a good location, a little bit off the plate. I mean, that is the definition of getting sawed off right there, and just an easy pop-up for Burnett.
Taylor Snow to third, and Alexander will get out of it with only the 1 run permitted. But it is another Oklahoma run to up the lead. Mendes with a triple to score Donahue. The Sooners by 3 in a must-win game. Back to the World Series. Oklahoma with all 3 runs. James Madison has left 6 on base. A lot of missed opportunities for the Dukes. including last inning in the third. Had a runner at first, 2 out. This ground ball from Madison Iokas became a ground rule double. Let's bring in our rules expert, Christy Cornwell, again. Christy, can you walk us through this play?
Yeah, so we have a runner starting at first base. We have the ball that goes down underneath the left field fence. That's going to be a ground rule double. I misspoke earlier. What we're going to do is we're going to give that batter a ground rule double, put her on second. Every other runner gets 2 bases from where they were at the time of the pitch. So we're going to hold the runner up at third base.
And now look at what they've done, Christy. They're trying to fix this scenario so we don't have it again.
That's
little pool
awesome.
noodle under there.
That's good. Then I can get my rules right, not mash them up and make one new rule. I'm not allowed to do that.
Christy, you are batting about .999, and the rest of us here are just trying to hit 300. So.
Well, I tell you what, folks, this is harder than it looks, and I'm not even on camera, so kudos to you.
You're crushing it, Christy. Thank you for explaining that again. It's been so great to have Christy Cornwell with us all World Series. We've had weird obstruction calls and balls off of bats twice and balls off of batters' feet, runners in the baseline, all kinds of crazy stuff. All kinds of mean, nasty things.
But I'm happy that they're fixing it because that was a huge moment for JMU, a team who has 0 runs on the board, and they potentially could have scored if that wasn't a ground rule double. So just unfortunate luck for them. That was a pivotal moment in this game.
Allie Hall to shortstop. Lions with a backhand and her one-off throw not picked. Hall's going to dig for second. And James Madison has the leadoff runner into scoring position in the 4th.
That looked like it was going to be such a smooth, pretty play by Grace Lyons. She backhands it and then throws it off of her right foot, but Taylon Snow, unable to pick that throw, is in the dirt, just pretty unpickable as a first baseman. And Hall, good head to get to second base.
The Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year, only her 4th error. So Hall aboard at second on the E6, and Lauren Burnett to bat with nobody out. Only the 20th error of the year for Oklahoma.
When you look at the scorebook, they've yet to strike out today against Sale. In the first game, she had 9 strikeouts against them. So JMU is just continuing to put the ball in play and put pressure on a very good Oklahoma defense.
Snow, good effort. 1 and 2. What do you think is mainly leading to the lack of strikeouts? Is it the stuff you're seeing from Sale or just a better approach?
I think better approach. They're laying off of her rise ball. They've seen that spin before. They're not chasing it, so it's causing her to come more down the zone. And she is being able to mix in that off-speed pitch some, but just helps to have seen a pitcher with 3 or 4 at-bats.
Juarez threw twice yesterday, so you figured Patty Gasso would at least want to give her the morning off if she could. Nicole May struggled yesterday, gave up 3 runs in 2+ innings against UCLA. The 50-year senior Sale got the call again, and still 2 and 2 now against the 8-hitter Burnett.
Coach Laporte talked about using the right side of the field for her right-handed hitters and letting the ball travel. So they're getting a lot of outside pitches, and they're also getting that off-speed pitch. So a good approach to have in mind is to try to use the right side of the field.
That's to the left side, and that will be caught! Oh, what a play by Kinsey Hansen! As good as a defensive catcher you will find in this game.
I'm going to tell you right now, I know for a fact she has practiced this hundreds, if not thousands of times. Ends up finding the ball right away. She knew exactly where it was, and then lays out, ends up diving on that mat so she doesn't get a good slide, and she still holds on to it.
Michelle Sullivan to short. Another chance for Lions. This one easy, and 2 down.
this happens so fast as a catcher. You have to find it immediately. She finds it, looks up, and then goes for the dive. Timed it perfectly. And again, I know she has practiced that thousands of times with Jen Schroeder as a Jen Schro 101 game-winning catch.
You know what else I love about that play? She dove and then almost right away got up, looked at the runner at second, made sure there'd be no advancement from Hall. What a player, Kinsey Hansen. Kate Gordon now. Ball one. You see the number under the bug. 0 for 6 now, runners in scoring position in the game. James Madison has had a runner to second in every inning. They have had 2 runners on in each of the first 3 innings. And they have their best hitter at the plate here in Gordon.
They're out hitting Oklahoma right now.
I don't think the net size is going to work out for that one, Boomer. Good job, good effort. Well, there's Alexis Bermudez out of the James Madison bullpen. Redshirt junior, just in case she's needed. 1-0 for Gordon. That is just a bit high. Hansen will throw to third. Not in time. Hall, maybe a slight hesitation, made it a close play with a great throw from Kinsey, but a wild pitch moves Hall to third.
Didn't think at all that that was going to be that close. And there's a big bounce back behind home plate. Kept a run from scoring from JMU earlier in this game.
A strike to Gordon, 2-1.
That throw was on the other side of the bag. It would have been really close.
Well, she's got something to work on with Jen now. She's caught 5 out of 7 opposing base stealers this year, Hansen. Nobody runs on her ever, and for good reason. 3-1 for Gordon. Couple of bases open with 2 down. And Gordon hits a high, towering fly to left into foul territory. Strike 2. Are getting closer now. There's got there we go. There's got to be an easier way to do this. Somebody just jump up from the dugout. Just don't cut the net open. That's all we ask. 3-2. Ball 4. Sale doesn't give in to Gordon. Tying run will come to the plate with 2 down. It'll be Sarah Jubas.
I mentioned, Kevin, that Shannon Sale has been throwing that off-speed pitch more, but she just hasn't really been able to locate it. And also, JMU is just doing a good job of laying off of it, understanding that she can't throw it for a strike right now.
First walk for JMU, which is not struck out yet. Actually out hitting Oklahoma 9-7 in the 2 games here. And here is Jubas, who hit a 3-run home run against Sale on Thursday. And takes a good looking strike.
Now you can tell she wasn't looking for the inner half whatsoever, looking for something outside, like Coach Laporte told us. Good pitch call there by Coach Rocha, and Sale, the execution of it.
Got a first pitch changeup on Thursday, hit it out to right center field.
Yeah, Sarah Jubas put the first runs on the board for JMU at the Women's College World Series, and that was such a cool moment. That happened so early in the game too. She couldn't believe it. JMU scored first. Never gave up the lead. Tied it, but they were never trailing.
This is, in fact, today the first time in the World Series James Madison has trailed. Had the lead the whole way after taking the lead against Oklahoma State in the first. Jubas, 508 hitter in the Colonial this year. And she only struck out 1 time in 18 conference games, only 5 on the year. So This is a tough assignment for Sale, even with 2 strikes. Hall at third, Gordon at first. Jubis the batter against Sale. And a fly ball foul.
Like that pitch was supposed to be inside. Kinsey Hansen was moving toward the inside corner, and that pitch bled back over the plate.
Try to go back inside here if you're Sale?
Yeah, I try to go up and in on her hands, work the inside corner a little bit off the plate. Ball instead goes to the curveball. Another tough call if you're an Oklahoma fan. That curveball was set up perfectly. Knew they were going to go there at some point. Looks pretty good. Maybe didn't get the front of the plate. Great look. Love having 42 cameras to make sure we get all the calls right.
All right, take me inside Shannon Sale's mind here after you didn't get that pitch. What do you think in 3-2?
I still think that you have to be feeling good about how you're throwing to her. She's worked her off the inner half. Just missed that call, but you can't panic. I go back to the inside corner.
James Madison has stranded 6 runners in 3 innings. And a ground ball is fouled at third from Jubis.
'84 pitches in the bottom of the 4th inning here for Sale. Both pitchers throwing a lot of pitches. Both hitters taking pitchers deep into counts, fouling off a lot of pitches.
This will be pitch number 85 of the game and number 8 of the at-bat. Hall and Gordon the runners. Jubis with a fly ball into left field. Donahue is at the wall, and this game is tied. Another 3-run home run for Sarah Jubis. Shannon Sale's kryptonite is a 5'3" redshirt junior out of McDonald, Pennsylvania.
Sarah Jubis, are you kidding me again? What an at-bat by her to foul off pitches, take a close curveball on the outside corner, and trust her eyes. Her teammates just believing in her so much from the dugout. They knew it off the bat too. And Sarah Jubis, her second 3-run home run off of Shannon Sale in just a couple of days.
The 38th home run of Sarah Jubis' career. And however big the first 36 were, numbers 37 and 38 are probably going to end up as framed photos somewhere on the wall of Sarah Jubis' future home. In the World Series, they've got 4 home runs combined, Jubis and Gordon at the top of the lineup. All 8 of the RBIs that James Madison has collected. Just plain crazy. Here comes Patty.
I'm sure Shannon Sale is thinking about that missed call and what is in her mind a missed call, but thought it ended up being a good call. But what a pitch. She was walking off the field, and then Sarah Jubis sticks around and gets her barrel to an inside pitch. She was just timed up perfectly for it. Wow, what a swing by Sarah Jubis. But a couple of calls for Shannon Sale in this game that have not gone her way that she thought that she could get. Sarah Jubis makes her pay.
Remember, this inning all started on the error from Lyons, who is the defensive player of the year in the Big 12. So 3 unearned runs, and Patty Gasso's going to make the change. She will bring on the freshman Nicole May to relieve Shannon Sale with a 1-0 count to Odyssey Alexander. A brand new ball game on semifinal Sunday. Wow. Here's the situation in our semifinals. James Madison needs 1 win. Oklahoma needs 2 to advance to tomorrow night's Champ Series. Alabama 1 win away. Florida State needs 2. That game 2:30 local, 3:30 Eastern, or a half hour after this one. And we're hearing that Lexi Kilfoyle is going to start in a circle for Alabama. So Patrick Murphy choosing to save Montana Fouts after her perfect game. Possibly for game 2, possibly out of the bullpen. And here Nicole May out of the bullpen hits Odyssey Alexander with her first pitch. So Nicole May, a great season for Oklahoma and really pitched well in Bedlam and at the end of Big 12 play. Struggled yesterday though, 6 hits, 3 runs in 2+ innings in a start against UCLA.
Yeah, but Coach Gasso has a lot of confidence in Nicole May. That was her first taste of throwing in the Women's College World Series, so she does have that experience of pitching on this field. A pitcher for them who has just really grown up this season and showed fearlessness in the circle, something that bleeds to the other pitchers on staff.
So the go-ahead run is on base. Odyssey Alexander, as Shannon Sale can only watch from the Oklahoma dugout. A lot of strikeouts on Thursday, none today, and James Madison finally gets to her. It feels like that Jubas fly ball ends up shy of the fence, and James Madison strands 2 runners for a 4th straight inning. It would just be so psychologically devastating to this team.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And momentum for Oklahoma on the other side.
Ball 3. May is missed with every pitch out of the bullpen. This was the last pitch. Still shaking off that hit by pitch, Odyssey Alexander.
You could tell on that hit by pitch that she wasn't real happy. Laporte wasn't real happy, kind of looking at Nicole May like, hey now.
As if she needed another place to get hit, Alexander. Here was the pitch to her. See where it hits her.
It's going to be her, and that left foot, that's going to be her landing foot, her stride foot when she goes back out in the circle, and she's definitely favoring her right foot when she's out there getting her lead.
Good start for May. After the hit by pitch, she strikes out Newton and strands Alexander. James Madison has tied this game up on another 3-run Sarah Jubas shot.
These players believe in their teammates so much. We talk so much about Odyssey Alexander, but another name you need to know, Sarah Jubas. She just tied up this game with the 1 seed, Oklahoma.
A lot happening here in Oklahoma City. James Madison has tied the game at 3, and we just received some news from the softball world. The retirement of a head coach who was here. We all thought yesterday could be the final day for Mike Candrea, but it turns out now that Lou Harris-Champer has announced her retirement just moments ago. 25 years as a head coach, 21 at Georgia, 5 trips to the World Series with the Bulldogs in total, and over 1,100 victories in the extraordinary career of Lou Harris-Champer. So we wish the happiest of retirements to Coach Lou. Nickel State to Southern Miss, where she coached the great Courtney Blades. And then how poetic is it that the final pitcher that Lou uses in her career is Courtney's daughter. Burton Rogers yesterday, who ended in the circle for the Bulldogs. Fly up from Tiare Jennings. One away. Odyssey Alexander back in the circle, Jalen, for the 5th.
She is, but I was watching her doing warm-up. She is favoring that landing foot that she just got hit in. She was doing some practice pitches, and her team was around her. You know, she's out there. She's a fighter. She's going to be okay, but she is favoring that foot, and looks like it's hurting her a little bit.
Yeah, you can see right there, Jalen. She's definitely grimacing a little bit. Thrown every pitch, every inning in the World Series for JMU. It's that left foot as she throws to Alo. So what are you seeing right now, Amanda? And as a pitcher, what is it like when you hurt your left foot?
Well, take it from somebody who's had multiple foot injuries. Anything with your feet, you feel it on everything. You're always standing on your feet, even when she goes to set, right there on her left, and she transfers her weight, she's going to feel it. And then, of course, when she lands and strides out, all of that energy, all of her momentum is going to go to that left foot through the ground. So it's something that it's going to be in the back of her mind. She's going to feel it in every pitch.
Hit by a pitch last inning at the plate. Now dealing with the player of the year, Jocelyn Alo. Alo pops it up. And a shift with the first baseman is there.
I mean, huge outs after getting hit by a pitch to get Jennings and then Alo on nice and easy pop-ups, not well-hit balls.
What does it do to the rest of your body, the rest of your mechanics, when you have a foot injury as a pitcher?
This depends on how much she's going to let it get to her. If she ends up not favoring her front side as much or landing as hard, it could affect her release, her timing, her rhythm. But so good so far when you get out the National Freshman of the Year and the National Player of the Year in just a few pitches. 3 pitches, to be exact.
Now Kinsey Hansen. Jalen?
Yeah, the relationship between Lindsay and Odyssey has been super apparent through this whole entire series, but Lindsay is always checking on Odyssey every time she's come back from taking a pitch in this inning so far, checking on her foot, just making sure she's okay. Coach Laporte said Lindsay is the one that always calms Odyssey down, so you can know that she's here now for her.
1-0 for Hansen, and yeah, you can see it, Jalen, every time we look at the field. Lindsay Meeks in between pitches, in between batters, often calming her starter down, giving her some space right now, some space for Odyssey to breathe after Hansen steps out of the box.
I feel like she's throwing great. I mean, we can sit here and make a story about it, and she is limping a little bit. You can tell that she still is, but when she goes into her pitch, nothing else matters.
I wonder what is in the mind right now, the 5th-year senior Odyssey Alexander, who has done it all. Out of Boynton, Virginia. Small school there. Grew up in a 2-stop sign town in Palmer Springs, Virginia. We found out in that Andrea Adelson piece on ESPN.com. Mickey Dean, head coach at the time, went to see somebody else play. His eyes drifted to Odyssey instead. A ground ball to short. That kicks up to Jubis. Hansen will reach with 2 outs.
Same thing happened on Thursday. Jubis hit that home run, and then she was tested with the ball hit to her at shortstop, and she committed an error. And that's not an easy play for a shortstop by any means, but it's one that Sarah Jubis will tell you that she needs to make.
Be an error, her 7th of the season. After 3 unearned runs for JMU in the 4th, Oklahoma a base runner on an error. Jada Coleman could not hold up. Patty Gasso was storming in, asking why did Cameron Ellison call that at the plate? Why not ask for an appeal?
Looked like she held back to me live, and watched again. I thought she held back. You know, too, that Sarah Jubas' home run has given Odyssey Alexander some life, given her some energy, some confidence. Looked like her team was just struggling to score, struggling to push anything across, and then that home run has ignited them.
Coleman into left field, and Odyssey Alexander shakes off the hit by pitch nicely. She gets Jennings, she gets Allo, and after an error, she gets Coleman. Lindsay Meeks 2 up. In between Nyokas and Hall, trying to hype up the Dukes into the championship series. With one big swing and a flying leap, Sarah Jubas has turned this game on its head. James Madison and Oklahoma 3-3 in the bottom of the 5th. The Dukes needing 1 win to play in the championship series. Oklahoma needs 2 today. If Oklahoma wins, these teams will play again later tonight. If James Madison wins, OU's season is over. And the Dukes would become the first unseeded team since seeding began in 05 to make it to the championship series. Madison Nyokas first, number 5 hitter in the 5th. And a ball and a strike from Nicole May out of the OU bullpen. Dukes have 6 hits today, 1 walk, 1 hit batter, 1 crucial Oklahoma error. Nyokas into left field. And right at Donahue.
Got to feel good about the way that Nyokas just identified that off-speed pitch and was able to hit it pretty hard. Put that swing in the back of Nicole May's mind, and she goes to throw that pitch again. She's going to be thinking, I need to locate that maybe a little bit different.
Now Lindsay Meeks. Don't forget, Alabama, Florida State coming up. Crimson Tide unbeaten, need 1 win. Seminoles lost on opening day. They need 2. Got 2 yesterday, need 2 more. Wonder if we'll see Captain Sandercock again for Florida State. Came out in relief against Arizona, got the win. And through a complete game, struck out 8 to beat Oklahoma State. Last night into this morning, game ended at 2:18 a.m. local. Some of the Seminoles coaches watching on. Hopefully they got some sleep. And there's Patrick Murphy, great Alabama coach, in search of his 2nd national championship with the Crimson Tide. Down the right field line, just hanging out.
Well, you know, I know Montana has gotten a lot of attention, but the way that their offense has been performing has been pretty special too. Maddie Morgan comes to mind with the way that she's swinging the bat. Alexis Mack being able to use her speed and just create a spark for their offense. Kaylee Tao, Bailey Hemphill, of course.
They've done it all without Bailey Dowling, who was injured earlier in the season. Claire Jenkins, who was injured later in the season. 20-game win streak for Alabama coming into today. Meeks strikes out swinging. 3 in a row retired by May. 2 on strikeouts.
Yeah, and 2 on an off-speed pitch. Not located in a great spot, but she still gets Meeks to swing big at it. Like it's coming in at 68 miles an hour. Just took a little bit off of it to be able to get that strikeout.
Here's Hallie Hall, designated player. Still in search of her first hit of the NCAA tournament. She did score a run in the 4th inning after reaching an error on the ground ball to Lyons.
Ball.
Oklahoma coaches, Oklahoma players that we talked to Tuesday all praise Nicole May's fearlessness. True freshman out of Pleasanton, California. Feel like she has upped the games of G. Juarez and Shannon Sale, has pushed the upperclassmen because of her approach. G fearless yesterday. 10 1/3 scoreless innings in 2 games. Now May try to do her part.
Yeah, Shannon Sale said that Nicole May has been the missing link. Learned a lot from her. Her fearlessness is something that Shannon Sale, who is a 5th-year senior, able to look up to the freshman.
Strike 3. A 1-2-3 fifth with a couple of Ks for May. G loves it. Mackenzie Donahue, yesterday's big bat, due up 2nd in the 6th. Try to be the hero again for Oklahoma.
Welcome back to the Women's College World Series presented by Capital One. Hey, we've got a tie ball game and another elimination game. Courtney Lyle, Kayla Bro, Jenny Dalton-Hill. We're seeing big-time players make big-time plays in this game.
Yeah, you can't slow Tiare Jennings down. Just a freshman, big home run. But Sarah Jubis tying it up. Woo, that's big.
And you gotta love the responses by both of these pitchers. Odyssey Alexander really tightening up later in this ball game, and Nicole May coming in relief, looking all right.
Yeah, impressive. Kevin, Amanda, Sarah Jubis, 2 of her last 3 hits out of here.
That, I would say, is efficient, Courtney Lyle, and hopefully your papers won't be out of here. Looks pretty windy out on the set in right field. 3-3 game, top 6. Grace Lyons with a foul ball against Odyssey Alexander. First of maybe 2 games today, maybe 3, maybe 4. If James Madison and Alabama win, that's your championship series setup. If Oklahoma and Florida State win, there will be extra games. And if either Oklahoma or Florida State wins, there will be a 3rd game. 1-1 from Odyssey Alexander to Grace Lyons. It is Lyons, Donahue, Mendez against Odyssey Alexander, who continues to throw and has thrown every pitch of this World Series for JMU.
Well, Nicole May has come in and looked like a big difference maker for Oklahoma.
Inning in the 3rd of scoreless relief from the freshman in back of Sale. Lyons to the right side. That's tracked down. Naokis is there for out number 1.
Said this before, but you're JMU, you want to win this game. You don't want it to go into that 2nd game with Oklahoma having more momentum, having a deeper pitching staff.
Well, what kind of shape would Odyssey Alexander be in? At this point, we just assume she's going to throw until she can't throw anymore. Facing Donahue, accidental ground ball. Alexander throws her out. That's about the only way left to get out Mackenzie Donahue.
Yeah, got her to check swing. Unsure of herself with this swing on the off-speed pitch, just barely taps it. And by the way, Alexander looked like she was running well to go and get that ball to be able to make the throw. Wasn't limping at all, was pretty explosive. barehanded it, made the throw, out.
Told us how much pride she takes in being an athlete, not just a pitcher. Great hitter, excellent fielder. Think about Odyssey Alexander in high school, pitching for a small school. When Mickey Dean, who's now the Auburn softball coach, saw her, he told Jerry Bembry in the Undefeated, her team really shouldn't have been competitive with the team they were going against, but she kept them in the game. This is not a James Madison roster of slouches. These are good players up and down. It is simply no disrespect to James Madison whatsoever to say that Oklahoma is the more talented team here and maybe the most talented team on any field in college softball. But Odyssey Alexander continues to keep JMU in the game. 3-0 count here for Mendez, and that'll draw a visit from Burnett. So since seeding began in 2005, only 3 teams have started 2-0 and not made it to the championship series. Washington in 07, Tennessee in 2010, and Alabama, which would like to not return to that list. Crimson Tide 2-0 again this year. You start 2-0, you almost always make it. Ooh. Three and 1 to Mendez. Had an RBI triple her last time up. And ball 4. The 50-year senior fired up her bench. She is the go-ahead run with 2 outs in the 6th.
Alexander approaching that 100 pitch mark.
And Patty Gasso is going to call for Lindsey Elam as a pinch hitter. Third walk handed out by Alexander, and Elam is going to pinch hit for Jana Johns. Libby Morris, JMU pitching coach, with a word as Patty Gasso calls over her offense. .318 pitches now on this field for Odyssey Alexander. All 318 of the pitches James Madison has thrown as a team all have come from one right arm. Elam has had one heck of a postseason. Trying to come through as a pinch hitter here in the 6th. 8 out of 18, 5 extra base hits, including 3 home runs in the NCAA tournament. A fly ball from Elam will stay in the yard. This game is going to the bottom of the 6th. It will be a last at-bat win for somebody. A 3-3 tie at OKC.
The NCAA Women's College World Series is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Jubis with a fly ball into left field. Donahue is at the wall, and this game is tied. Another 3-run home run for Sarah Jubis. More Jubis jubilation for James Madison. 2 3-run home runs in 3 games for her. A tie game between JMU, unseeded, against Oklahoma, the #1 team in the country. Odyssey Alexander trying to keep the right arm fresh. At least one more inning in her. She is due up 5th in this inning. 8-9-1 to start. Burnett, Sullivan, then Gordon. Anybody gets on Jubis.
Could even see that Odyssey was limping a little bit in the dugout when we were just showing her. And put on a new Band-Aid too on her arm. Bailey Hemphill and Patrick Murphy, the head coach for Alabama, just waiting for this game to get done so that they can take on FSU.
Burnett into center, long run, Coleman, and Jada is there. No fly zone.
She's such a spark for Oklahoma on defense and on offense, but look at her throwing hand, making sure that ball stays in her glove so it didn't pop out like yesterday. She can cover so much ground. She is a game changer on both sides of the ball.
I'm thinking back to the Big 12 championship game. Oklahoma State had a little rally, couple of home runs against Shannon Sale. Haley Busby hit a fly ball to center, and Jada robbed her of a home run, got up, pointed at Shannon Sale, and yelled, "I got your back." And we just saw the same kind of emotion between Coleman and May as Donahue gets this fly ball from left.
This is that catch, I think, that you saw. She can cover so much ground in front of her and behind her. There's not even a warning track. She still gets to the wall and is able to rob a home run for Shannon Sale. She brings the energy Coach Gasso talked about. You love to play with her. You hate to play against her.
You saw her pointing at her pitcher and yelling. I still get chills watching that. She is an awesome, awesome player, Jada Coleman. Just flat out electric. Cannot believe we get at least another 3 years of her in college.
So true. Lucky us.
So 2 down for Kate Gordon. Who has been in this spot before. A 3-3 James Madison Oklahoma tie in the late innings. It was the 8th inning on Thursday in this scoreline when Gordon hit a solo home run to put JMU on top. They would close it out and win by that score. But Nicole May says, not today. Another dominant inning for May. Her center fielder fired her up. Taylor Snow, then the freshman of the year, then the player of the year coming up after this sparkler from Jada Coleman. 2012 and 2018 national champs next. Alabama and Florida State. Maybe it'll be half as good as this. We certainly hope so. Crimson Tide need one win to play for the championship series. Seminoles will need 2. Oklahoma's going to need more than 3 runs. A season low against Odyssey Alexander on Thursday. They are at 3 runs again today. They need to win to keep their season alive and force another game with JMU. Pinch hitter will start the inning. This is Riley Boone batting for Talon Snow. It's going to be Boone who will try to get on with a bunt, with a slap. Anyway, anyhow. And I think Odyssey's got the wrong card, so Lindsay Meeks just ran the right card out to her. Put the card in the wrist.
Kevin, it just got really loud in this stadium, and a big reason why is the fact that Jessica Schultz and Callie Clifton ran to the complete other side of the field down the left field line to create this massive chant.
Yeah.
There's a big group of alumni here for Oklahoma, all wearing shirts, all in Patty We Trust, but they literally ran to the complete opposite side of the field, all the way down the left field line to be able to encompass all of these fans here for Oklahoma and give them a home field advantage.
Jalen?
I talked to Kaylee Clifton yesterday, who's here, played in last year at Oklahoma was 2019, and she said, I asked her, did you guys stay late for the game yesterday? She said, yeah, we didn't get back to Norman until about a little bit after 1, and they are back here today loud and proud. They said they love to come back and support this program. They really, really, really love Coach Gasso. Couldn't say enough good about her.
And the shirts reflect that, Jay. In Patty We Trust. 1-1 for Boone. There's the bunt from Riley. It's a good one, and she's safe. Leadoff runner aboard for the top of the Oklahoma lineup.
Looked like Patty Gasso had a meeting with the team after they ran out from defense before this half inning. She fired them up, and this bunt fires the fans up and the team. It's beautiful, well placed down the line, just far enough away from Burnett. Shiflett, the first baseman, was anchored back, and Boone reads it and lays it down the line.
Odyssey Alexander's 100th pitch will be thrown to Tiare Jennings.
Ball.
In 2 games against Alexander, Jennings has 2 home runs. Her leadoff home run today set the all-time single-season freshman record. 91 RBIs. She's also hit 27 homers. That is a scorcher into the gap. Boone's going to go to third. The ball is not handled cleanly. Riley Boone is coming home. Oklahoma has the lead, and Jennings takes third on the wayward throw.
It looked like Tiare Jennings started her swing a little bit earlier to get on time. She was in her motion and already decided to stride out with her front foot, and she gets a mistake, crushes this ball to right center field. It bounces off of Sullivan and actually into Newton's arms. Wasn't even close at the plate because Boone has so much speed. JMU even got the bounce, just ended up right in the hands of Logan Newton. Oklahoma absolutely fired up.
RBI double for the nation's RBI leader. Continues her scorched earth assault of the NCAA tournament, and she went to third on the error from Nyokas. And now Jocelyn Otto. And Otto with a towering fly to left. It is high. Does it have enough distance? And is it going to be fair? It is a foul ball. Good grief. That is your launch angle leader of the NCAA tournament, but she just couldn't straighten it out. Libby Morris going to come chat with Odyssey Alexander.
Well, it's so hard when you play here against Oklahoma, Kevin, because it's basically like a home game for them. I mean, JMU has played Oklahoma on this field before, and they've done the entire NCAA tournament on the road in Knoxville, in Columbia, and here in Oklahoma City. But they've played both the Oklahoma schools, Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. So every game that they've played in, they've been outnumbered in fan support.
Somehow, some way unfazed, but this is maybe the loudest we've heard this stadium all week. Otto 0 for 2 today with a walk. 1-1.
We still have to play the rest of this one. Of course, if Oklahoma wins, there's still another game to be played. But I think that these fans are smart enough, this alumni group is smart enough to know if we can get this one against Alexander, we're putting ourselves in really good shape.
Well, what's that?
They have a great pitcher who we've not seen, James Madison, CAA Freshman of the Year. Her name is Alyssa Humphrey. Top 10 in the nation strikeouts per 7 coming in, but it has been all Odyssey all the time in the postseason. A 2-1 for Otto. And a fly ball down the right side. Newton coming on into foul ground. This will drop foul. 2-2.
This could have been an out with the speed of Nyokas, but she just lost it in the sun. Logan Newton was playing back against the warning track. She had no chance to catch it, but Nyokas gives up right there. She lost it, but if not, that potentially could have been a ball that she caught. It would have been tough. Maybe she had to lay out, but
battling that high sky. Strike 3. Off speed to get the player of the year from Alexander. And a monumental first out to try to keep the score at 1 run.
Just completely fooled her with this off-speed pitch. It tumbles down. Some of the best changeups that Odyssey Alexander has thrown in the Women's College World Series have been in this game.
Just the 15th strikeout for Jocelyn Otto, a player who's hit 31 home runs. Runner at third, one out for Kinsey Hansen. Strike 1. You've got Jubis, Alexander, Newton coming up in the 7th. This is a potent area of the lineup. JMU would feel okay if they can keep it to 1. Tall task against the All-American Hansen, who drives the ball into center field. It is out of here.
Kinsey Hansen has hit the ball hard in all of her at-bats and just doesn't have any hits to show for it. Alexander tries to work her up and in, and she is looking for it, something 69, 70 miles an hour to get on time with, and she gets her barrel to it and hits it a long way. That is so pretty, the trajectory of that home run.
One of the most beautiful swings in this field. Now a bunt from Coleman, that's foul.
And I can't help but think about that Jada Coleman diving catch that just totally seemed to change everything for Oklahoma, along with Nicole May coming in relief and getting a few strikeouts, shutting down JMU's offense. 2 freshmen stepping up for their team, just bleeding energy into the rest of everybody else.
Sophomore Boone in there too with that bunt single. Lead off the 7th. So much experience, so much postseason success on this Oklahoma team, but the young guns have stepped up in a do-or-die game on this semifinal Sunday. Got to be a win for Oklahoma to stay alive. If they win, they'll face James Madison again after Alabama, Florida State.
Whoa.
I'm going to petition now. Oklahoma JMU every year. Yeah. Gotta make it a home-and-home series. Ooh. Send the Sooners to Harrisonburg. Dukes can come to Norman next. Let's get this happening. 2-2 for Jada.
I'm into that. Maybe Twitter can dial up a petition right now.
Why not? That's how all things are done in 2021. Just a Twitter flood. Two for Jada. Ball 3. 113th pitch for Odyssey Alexander. If there is going to be another game, we just don't know if it'll be Odyssey Alexander, who's thrown 337 pitches this weekend. Popped it up. Lindsey Meeks, 2 down. Well, the home run chase continues for Oklahoma with a Hansen homer. 154. A great Hawaii team which stormed into Tuscaloosa in the Super Regionals that year. 158. OU is knocking on the door. Give them a couple more games. We'll probably break that at this pace. Maybe just one more. So many heroes in that dugout. 2 wins yesterday on an elimination Saturday. 3 outs away from another today. And Oklahoma, after losing to Georgia, run-ruled Georgia later that day after losing to Oklahoma State. Won the next 2 in the series, run-ruled them the next weekend. A loss to JMU Thursday, and they are close to revenge. Lions a ground ball to third. It's a 3-run 7th for the Sooners. Jennings and Hansen, the big hits.
And it was Jada Coleman with a diving catch in the bottom of the 6th inning. That sparked Oklahoma's energy. The freshman doing that so that Oklahoma's offense could do this. Boone scores on the Jennings triple, and then Kenzie Hansen with a 2-run bomb. Oklahoma breaks up the tie. They have 6 on the board and a 3-run lead.
Odyssey Alexander is going to bat in this inning behind Sarah Jubis, ahead of Logan Newton. All 342 pitches in this World Series for JMU have been thrown by Odyssey Alexander. She has been heroic in the circle. She's got a chance to do something big at the plate. Her team needs 3 to tie, 4 to win. Oklahoma needs 3 outs before that to set up a decisive elimination game later tonight. Alabama, Florida State is next. 7 Eastern, 6 Central, if necessary. That game would be on ESPN2. Just so you all know, we're here on ESPN. That game would be on E2 on the app if James Madison does not come back to win. And don't count him out yet. Sarah Jubis, a 3-run home run her last time. The last Duke left to face Nicole May out of the bullpen. Think about yesterday when Nicole May really struggled in the start. G. Juarez came in, picked her up. 5 scoreless innings of relief against UCLA. Shannon Sale, a little up and down today. May has picked her up, and in relief been almost perfect.
And if we do go to a second game, it's tough because JMU has yet to see G. Juarez left-handed All-American pitcher. Dominant, pile up a lot of strikeouts very, very quickly.
There's a strike, 2-2 for Jubis. It is the kind of game that feels like winner goes to the Champ Series, but if Oklahoma wins, it is not over. There will be one more game. James Madison will have one more chance, but first they have a chance here. Jubis into left field. That's a way to start the home seventh for JMU. A base hit for Sarah Jubis.
Every inning that they've seen Nicole May, they've gotten a little bit better at picking up her off-speed pitch, her changeup. Had a lot of success with it, May did early on in her relief appearance, but last inning I noticed they were starting to foul it off a little bit more, recognize it a little bit more, and now Jubis gets a hit on it.
Now Odyssey. Ball one. Tying run is on deck. Alexander has reached twice today in 3 trips.
You can tell that they're pretty determined to try to throw her on the inside corner. I know that that was a curveball, but I think it was to set up these next pitches that'll be inside, because she starts in an open stance and intends to stride across her body. And the hit that she got back in the first inning, it was on a curveball. Peppered it in the right side.
That's a little blooper. Jennings is going to make the play, 1 down.
And that's what they were trying to do with her, is just jam her up.
Now batting right field into the 12, Logan Baker.
Logan Newton now. 2 for 3. Actually 1 for 2 on base 2 out of 3 times. That walk in the first inning. Sharp single in the third, then struck out against May in the fourth. Alabama and Florida State await. 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one. Ooh. 2-1.
May been able to use her curveball and her screwball work east and west, as Florida State just looks really like they're getting in some extra rest there. They're under the tree in a little bit of shade.
Got the last 2 outs on a double play at 2:18 in the morning. 12 hours, 23 minutes ago.
You know, Alabama was just loving watching every hour go by, thinking, oh, this is a little bit less rest that they get to have before they play us.
There was a question of whether or not the game would be played last night. There's an NCAA bylaw that states can't start after 11, but the folks here decided it was best to get all the games in yesterday. Newton pops up at 3-1. Hansen and Johns. Johns coming in, and she drops the ball.
Hansen was going for it, and Janet John just continued to call it, and called her off. And in all fairness, if third baseman calls it, then it's going to be her ball, but you need to catch it.
That is an E5. Second error against Oklahoma today. Down the right field line, crushed but foul.
That was hit hard. Every time I look up and just watch a foul ball carry, I just look at these fans. It's just incredible here today. It's packed.
Another day where the upper deck's been bursting. 3-2 is a beaut. Newton frozen solid. She doesn't like it, but May is 1 out away.
Goes to her off-speed pitch again. It's the pitch that she's been relying on. It's elevated, but she does get the call, and Logan Newton just can't believe it.
You think that's a strike?
Yeah, I think that's a strike. And I think with 2 strikes, you need to be fouling it off.
Sure. Up to Nayokas now. Ball 1. Nayokas with that ground rule double back in the 3rd. And a fly ball to the left. On comes Donahue. It bounces in front of her. 2nd and 3rd as Nayokas takes 2nd behind Jubis. And the Dukes will bring the tying run to the plate in the form of Lindsay Meeks.
Lands just in front of Donahue and then bounces off of her, and good base running there by Jubis to go 1st to 3rd safely, and also Nayokas able to get into 2nd base.
But a tough NCAA tournament into today. 2 for 4 for her. That's a single with an E7 against Donahue. Uncharacteristically poor defensive day for Oklahoma. 3 errors. And Lindsay Meeks will step in as the tying run.
Just about to say that, Kevin. Just Oklahoma looking a little shaky on defense, which we're not used to seeing out of them. Yeah, and then after she committed that error, threw the ball to 3rd base instead of the backside runner, Nayokas, allowed her to get to 2nd.
Lindsay Meeks has hit 5 home runs this year. Her last came on April 18th against Elon. Yesterday, we told you that Danny Morgan of Florida State had hit her last home run on April 18th, and then Morgan hit a go-ahead 3-run home run. So maybe that's a magical date. 0-1 to Meeks.
She said that Elon series, too, was a turning point of their season. They lost one of those games.
Started the year 10-0, lost to Elon, then won the next 28. A Game 2 loss to Missouri after that. They've won 3 in a row coming into today. Meeks lays off, which not a lot of James Madison hitters have been able to do. One more strike for Nicole May. "26 miles north of Norman. It feels like 26 steps." 3-2.
What a good eye by Lindsay Meeks to take that pitch.
The tying run at the plate. The first team all-conference third baseman, the freshman May. Gets her swinging. Three down, 1 to go for the nation's #1 in the elimination bracket. It will be the Sooners and the Dukes at 7 Eastern, 6 Central tonight on ESPN2. A winner-take-all game for the championship series.
So much confidence in this off-speed pitch. She threw it 3 times in a row on a full count to Lindsay Meeks. Even if she wouldn't have swung at it, it would have been a strike. What a relief performance by the freshman Nicole May to come in and totally shut down JMU.
A 3-run 7th breaks the tie for Oklahoma. And it's time for our Capital One rewarding performance.
Got to give it to the Jada Coleman catch, right? This was the spark. This moment on defense led to the big top of the 7th inning that they were able to have. A Jennings double, scored Riley Boone, who put on major speed, run around the base pass, and then Kenzie Hansen with the 2-run home run led to that 3-run top of the 7th inning and the win for Oklahoma.